all
Sports
day.
guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Josh, Isaac, Aziz, we are in the building. How is everyone, guys? How is the evening? Because at least I know the time zone is not really that different from each other. Josh?
Yeah. It's all good. It's all good. It's a good evening. It's a good evening. It's a Matias Cunha evening. It's a Man United evening as usual.
Aziz? Yeah.
Yes. I see you guys are already starting to think of the next season, and you still have a final to play.
It's good to be optimistic. In fact, we're thinking about
No,
next season.
I
Four
understand this season
already.
is misery for you guys. It's been bad for you guys this season. So, yeah, everything is going well. I'm happy. We got to finish the league in a good style. This whole month we've been chilling.
Champions, Liverpool.
Yes. And right now, I think the players have been just chilling in Dubai. Now they're back, and we've started doing signings. And yeah, we'll speak about that later on.
Once again, guys, please do subscribe, turn on the notifications. I have Aziz, a Liverpool fan, in the building. Then Josh and Isaac, we are Glory Man United. And yeah, we're also here. Please do subscribe, turn on the notifications. Good to see you. They see you, Aziz. Turn on the notifications. Sports Jazz. Well, right away, guys. We have a game coming on Wednesday, the 2025 UEFA Europa League final which pits Tottenham Hotspurs against Manchester United in an all-English showdown on the 21st, Wednesday, May, which is, the day after tomorrow at San Mamés Stadium. You can call it the Cathedral. That's how they nicknamed it in Bilbao, Spain. And of course, both teams are languishing in very poor positions, in bottom half of the table. Spurs 17th, United 16th in the Premier League. And they both still aim to salvage a disappointing season with winning a trophy, Josh. And also that means qualifying to the Champions League. Aziz, I don't know what your take is, guys. But real quick, please do subscribe, turn on the notifications. Real quick, guys, I wanted to first go into the managers. Tactically, Amorim versus Postecoglou. Josh calls, he's so disrespectful that he calls Postecoglou, football manager. This football manager thing.
Yeah.
He calls him a football manager coach.
Yeah,
Honestly,
it's a football manager player.
sometimes it
I
feels,
told him that football manager guy has beaten him 3 times this season. Hands
The
down.
aid of the BGMOL.
sometimes that's how it feels when you see Ange play with his team. Sometimes see, like,
Thank you very much.
like the Chelsea game, the way he was playing Highline, was it last season? It was
Yeah,
just
with 9 men.
and stupid. Honestly, I don't understand. You're already down 2 men, and you're still playing a very high line there, and they lost the game around the 80th
5-1.
Yeah,
5-1, 5-0.
yeah. And sometimes I just feel that guy is sometimes a joke.
Who,
And he
Postecoglou? Come on,
of-
guys, that's a bit harsh.
no. He reminds me a bit of also Amorim, sticking to what he knows. They don't want to change their system. They don't want to. They believe in what they're doing. And both managers have, I can say, like, good knowledge of winning. So they're coming in, especially for Ange coming in Tottenham, a club where they will celebrate when they're losing. Like, sometimes you need to just sympathize with these managers when they join some other teams.
Yeah, but again, Spurs fired Mourinho when they were in the finals, right? I think they
Yeah.
had reached the finals. Was it
He
the
had
Europa,
taken
Josh?
them to the no Carabao.
No, it was a
Carabao.
World Cup or something.
Oh, okay. That was very weird. That is one of the worst decisions that Dan Levy has done. Anyway, once again, guys, please do subscribe, turn on the notifications. We're going to first have the preview, then later not later, maybe in about 10-15 minutes, we shall go to the signings. Of course, we've seen news coming in is Cunha has reached an agreement with Manchester United, but we are going to get back to that shortly. Real quick, guys, yeah, about the teams. I mean, as I was saying, how did we get? How did these two teams both get here? Because we know they are performing so poorly domestically. And I remember, real quick, Spurs secured their final slot after beating 5-1 aggregate win against Bodo Glimt. Actually thought Bodo Glimt was going to put up a better, performance, because we really struggled to beat them along the way, if you remember, Josh. Then, of course, United also cruising past Atletico Madrid, Athletic Club or Bilbao, 7-1 on aggregate. And of course, not forgetting Fernandes, who has a very, 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 or who has been very pivotal in the Europa. And to my surprise, United has not yet lost in the Europa. I don't know whether on Wednesday it's going to be their first loss, but if it is, then it's going to be very disappointing. Josh, how did both teams, make their way to the finals? And also, how do you see tactically Amorim and Postecoglou? Who do you think has the edge over the other?
Well, those are two questions in one. But to start
Correct.
with, Ange Postecoglou as a manager, you know that he does emphasize attacking football, counter-attacking football, quick transitions and fluid movement. So when you're asking yourself how the two teams got here, I think it is because the two teams have the two teams were arguably the best teams in the competition, because you always fancied Man United to get ahead, even if it had struggles in the Premier League. It was not a lack of the winning mentality, which is what tournament is about. If you want to go further in the tournament, you can prepare that game very well. And if you have a bit of experienced players and a good tactician, you can get ahead. You can find your way to win football games. The problem that Man United was facing for the whole period in the Premier League is actually because the squad always looked like it was not good enough to compete in the Premier League because of the lack of its physicality. Then when you come to the Europa League, there's not a lot of physicality that is required of players like Casemiro, Eriksen, and these players have actually flourished in the Europa League. They've actually had cameos of very good performances in the Europa League. So that's why it was easy for Man United maybe to leapfrog itself to the end. And now they're in a final with Ange Postecoglou, whose style of play, that is attacking and counter-attacking football and focus on quick transitions, helped him maybe get to this point. The players that he has actually can hurt any team if he has a very fit squad, because they use short and fast passing and direct runs into space. If Kulusevski and Son is available, and maybe Matthias Tel, they've just gotten, they're available. Well, they can always make those good runs, and the quick transition can help players like Solanke get more on the ball, and maybe they can be a threat from that point. So for me, I think because Ange Postecoglou prioritizes attacking, and Manchester United has the experience and the winning mentality to get to this to get further in tournaments, that is why the two teams are here in the final.
Well, the good thing Kulusevski is out. Josh, Rasta Stocks is saying to you directly. So, Josh, you're telling me we are winning the final?
Definitely. I don't see a reason why we don't win this final, because quickly to jumpstart what I would give you as my predictable lineup. You can see that already the left hand side of the Spurs attack, which has always been potent, is a selection dilemma for Ange Postecoglou, because Heung-Son Min has just returned from injury. He had a foot injury, and Richarlison or Matthias Tel, they're likely to be the ones to get the nod. Even if Heung-Son Min gets the nod, he's not in the best shape. So I mean, Richarlison might be the favorite to start in that space on the left, because he actually started both legs of the semi-final. Then it's unfortunate for them that Dejan Kulusevski is out with an injury.
He's out with an injury. He's not going to be
add
featuring.
to that injury list is Papa Sarr. And Papa Sarr, I don't think he'll be able to play, though it is said that the back injury is not that serious. And he might get a later fitness test to see if he can manage to play the game. But no matter who is playing, I don't think that they have what it takes to undo the winning mentality of the experienced players of Manchester United who have gotten to cup finals in the last few seasons, and they've actually suffered a loss, but they've come back to win when all odds were against them. Then there's a boost that we have gotten of the return of Leny Yoro and Matthias de Ligt, who have had injury issues. And Ruben Amorim will be hoping that they would both be available for the final in Bilbao. So the biggest decisions for United is in the forward positions, but Mason Mount and Amad Diallo have impressed in the second leg of that game that they played in the semi-final, which can only be a boost. Bilbao, which can only be a booster to the players and add at least some attacking impetus in our side. And I don't see how that injury-ravaged backline of Tottenham can survive Amad Diallo.
Aziz, the man makes a very strong point. Yes, we've lost, or United has lost to Spurs 3 times this season, and it doesn't really look nice. It's ugly. But also Josh makes a very strong, valid point that yes, okay, United has lost all 3, but when it comes to the finals, United is built for games like this. We've seen them. I think they were also in the finals last season. They won the FA Cup. Last time they also won the Carabao. Okay, we've seen them. We know how United toils and wins finals. And you have players like Casemiro, who has won almost every final. I think he has reached around 7 finals in his career, and he has won them. I'm talking about not on international level. I'm talking about club level. Then you have players like Bruno Fernandes. Thank you, Judge. Bruno Fernandes. He's also built. He has that kind of mentality. Unfortunately, I would mention Matthias de Ligt, but he's not going to feature. He's not going to feature. I don't think he's ready. But he's also been to finals, and he's won some games. So you look at the Spurs team, Aziz. Do you think, yes, regardless of what has happened, yes, they've beaten United 3 times already this season. Are they going to close it with the 4th time, winning and lifting their first or major trophy in a long while after very many years?
Let me just answer a few of your questions.
Yeah.
Number one, there's a saying that I had. It goes like this: no matter, sometimes in life, not giving up in what you want does not mean you'll achieve it. So Manchester wanting to beat Tottenham this season might not happen even if you want it. So it's all going to be on the field. Another thing is, let me just come to about winning mentality.
Yeah.
We see Milan lose a final this year, which it's a team that is built on winning mentality. We saw a Real Madrid that has won last season La Liga and Champions League lose to Barcelona twice in cups. We've seen
Man City,
Liverpool lose to Newcastle in a final.
Yeah, this season, Carabao.
We've seen Man City lose in a final, I think, in a very long time.
Yeah, it hasn't done. Although the game was also associated with very poor refereeing by the refereeing decisions.
Yeah, but England gives you that. Bologna winning a title.
Oh, by the way, winning the Serie A title, No, it wasn't Serie A. It wasn't Serie A.
AC Milan losing to Bologna, ending a 51-year drought. started first. It started with Newcastle, ending a 75-year drought. Then to Bologna, 51 years. Then to what do you call Crystal Palace? Who else?
A lot, very many teams
Like a
have
lot of
lost.
teams. So honestly, having a winning mentality doesn't matter. It matters what are you going to do on the pitch.
No, it does. It does matter actually, because all the games that you're talking about, these teams that have actually won the games that they've played in the final, it's because they've had the winning mentality. The players themselves, they've actually
No, we're
wanted it
talking
more.
about,
They've been,
I'm not talking about every team comes with the mentality that they want to win a cup.
they've been
But
no,
the
but when you
mentality-
start, when you start to play the game. Okay,
Let me
sorry.
just finish. Isaac, what you were saying is Manchester, Casemiro winning cups.
Yeah.
That's the mentality we're speaking about. We're not speaking about mentality to win. He's talking about past mentalities, past achievements. Those ones are not going to help you in that game. What is going to help you is the mentality you come with inside the pitch. Are you hungry for it? And to be honest, we've seen what Ange before he joined the club, he said, give me 2 years and I'll win something. And
Yeah.
the 2 years is this season.
Yeah,
And
it is.
And whatever anybody can say anything about his system, but if he wins, he's delivered.
He has delivered.
And let me go to Amorim's tactics. Amorim's tactics with these players, it's very slow. When you look at it's a very slow build-up compared to the system that he's using in Sporting Lisbon. Manchester wingbacks are too slow to adapt his style of play. I think Drogo, what is his name?
Dogu, Patrick Dogu.
Dogo, that guy is really trying. I can say he is really trying to adapt Amorim's tactic. When it comes to Onana, I think I can say he's a really good goalkeeper, but he lacks the composure when it comes to playing in dangerous positions, because that's Amorim. That's what he wants from his goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Playing from the back. That's how he's so built up through the middle. His build-ups are not on the wide. And Manchester have been scoring from wide position. They're trying to, but that is not originally. That is not his system. That is not his system. His system is the wing backs widen the pitch, and the center backs feed the ball to the midfielders, or give a long ball to the striker. But right now you have he's doing nothing.
Aziz,
hold up.
Aziz, your network, you're freezing. Aziz? Aziz? Once again, guys, please do subscribe, turn on the notifications. Yeah, Aziz having a few issues, but yes, he's going to be back. Aziz, show me the thumbs up if you're back. Yeah, he was making quite an argument. Aziz, you're back?
Yeah, I just switched off my camera. Probably it's my network.
Okay. Yeah, please continue. Yeah, you were making a valid point.
So the wing backs, like he never used to. He attacks through the central midfield, and honestly, having this guy, honestly, they can give him. I haven't seen a lot of chances being given this goal, a long ball, giving this guy long balls to run after, try to win duels against strikers. What is it called? Hoyland is not getting enough chances, and that is Amorim's tactics.
No, Aziz, I disagree with you.
No, I'm saying the long balls. I'm saying from long balls from a defender, You know the
Ah,
way
okay, okay.
Van Dijk passes all the way to Salah, or
Yeah.
Konate passing all the way to the striker. That's what I'm talking about. That is Amorim's tactic. Like when the players trying to give the strikers even one-on-one chances, widening the pitch, making it wide enough, and play through the middle. But in the middle, you have people who have to be going to Saudi league, taking pensions. What is his name? Um,
Who? Ugarte, Casemiro,
Casemiro.
Ericsson.
Casemiro should be in should be in a retirement home, not be playing in football right
I,
now.
th- if I may, I think you've just not had enough time to actually enjoy the rejuvenation of Casemiro at
No, no,
Manchester
no. What
United,
I'm saying
especially
is
in
he
the
can
Europa
give you
League.
1 or 2 games.
Because
He can give
no,
you.
you listen to me. You
Okay,
see,
go ahead.
whatever you're saying about Amorim's tactics, I have failed to actually understand what you're getting to, because yes, you start with maybe Ruben Amorim's tactics are the ones that have let Man United get to this position, because like Ange Postecoglou, they're both stubborn managers, and maybe they want to play what they want to play and stick to their principles. For me, I don't have a problem with that, for as long as your principles are not rubbish like the football manager tends to do. For me, I think that with Ruben Amorim, the tactics have not been the problem, and it has even showed in the European competitions. He has often explained to you that the problem he does have with
Exactly.
the players at Man
So it's not
United,
the
they
tactics,
do
it's
not
the
have the
player.
physicality to actually
Exactly.
match
That
the
is
the
what I'm saying.
opposition in the Premier League. So you can say that maybe Spurs is a Premier League side, and we have always struggled against us Premier League sides, and maybe Spurs is going to come with the physicality to actually hurt us. The problem I see with that is Ange Postecoglou doesn't know any better. I don't think he will use uh, every detail in the book to make sure that he wins this game by taking advantage on our weaknesses. He's still going to come and play whatever he thinks is the right thing to do. He's going to attack. He's going to focus on quick transitions and stuff like that. But we have a player like Casemiro, the guy that you're talking about, has actually steadied the ship in midfield at Man United and up to this point. So Casemiro, Ugarte, and Bruno Fernandes are playing in and around the midfield positions, have actually uh, built a formidable midfield for Man United. The wing backs in Dogu.
Josh, let me just back my point. Let me just back my point again about Casemiro. You haven't let me finish my point about Casemiro. I said Casemiro should be in a retirement home. Doesn't mean he has to be. He has to go today. Uh, we've seen.
But we're talking about the game we're going to play on Wednesday. So if
Yeah,
you
yeah,
start
that's
talking
what I
about
mean.
Casemiro being in a retirement home, you're saying that Casemiro should not be playing that game.
No, you
That's what
haven't
you're
even had
saying.
my.
That's what
You
you're
haven't
saying.
had my point. You haven't had my point.
Aziz, finish your point.
No, but
Josh,
when
first
you
let him finish. Let him
yeah, but
finish
when he
that.
starts with a jab of Casemiro must be in a retirement home, it means he's
You also,
not good enough to play in the final, which
No,
I disagree with.
no. Actually, he's one of the best players that you can claim in a final.
Yeah,
You
then
haven't
you
even. So look. Let me, Isaac. Let me, Josh. Let me finish
please,
my
please,
point.
please, please.
Um, um, when we're talking about Casemiro, when I say that he's a veteran. Veterans can play him in those kind of matches, but not putting him in a 38 game period. Like he's not fit for that. He is not fit for that, honestly.
Rasta is giving you some info. He's saying the man has 5 UCL, bro.
Bro.
Listen. Even Cristiano has, I don't know, 5 Ballon d'Ors. Messi has, I don't know how many Ballon d'Ors, but they can't play right now. If you ask them to play 38 games, they will get injured in the Premier League. That is, age. Like you have to understand that these players are aging. And coming to my point is, do you know Al Ahli? No, is it Al Hilal?
Mm.
No, Al Ahli. Al Ahli. Do you know how they used Firmino?
No,
Firmino,
I didn't follow up.
Firmino is still a good player. I'll take him
bro,
right now, put him
bro,
in my bench.
bro.
Wait,
Let me
Josh, wait, let him finish.
let me
Yeah,
finish
finish.
my point. Let me finish my point. Firmino is a player that I'll not play him 38 games, but I'll play him in games that I really need him.
Mm.
If you give me now today Firmino, I will sign him and put him in my roster. Put in games that I need him. Same thing that you should be using. That's how you should be using Casemiro. My opinion. This is not. I'm not Amorim. I'm not Manchester. I'm not a Manchester fan. But do you know the impact that he had in Al Ahly? He was only playing in the Champions League, in Asian Champions League, uh, AFC, and he is the main reason they won that Champions League. His experience,
He
giving
plays
two.
with Firmino, right? With N'Golo Kante, right?
No, he plays with Mares. He plays in with Ivan Tony, Mares. Uh,
Oh, wait,
he
Ivan Toney.
plays. Yeah,
Yeah, why
yeah.
I
So
wanted to interject is
Casemiro.
because we've
No, no,
drifted
no.
from
I said no.
the
That
preview.
is the same point I'm talking about. Casemiro, you can play him in 1, 2 games that you really need him. You need his experience. A final like this, you can play him, but he's not a player that you should be keeping. He's not a player
No,
that you
we're
should
not
be.
talking about players that we are keeping. We're actually just making an analysis of the players that are going, how Man United is going to whitewash Spurs,
Yeah, that is what I'm talking
or how
about.
Spurs
A
is going to
a
edge
final
Man
like this,
United.
a final like this, you'd play him. Although he's a retirement player, a player that should be going to Saudi League, but a game like this is perfect. This is
That's
what I'm saying.
irrelevant.
No,
Where
that
him
that is
going to, who?
that is
What is irrelevant? Casemiro, him saying that he should be in retirement.
Very relevant because Man United, you should know that is unbeaten in the Europa League this season. Man United
listen.
has
It
mixed
won't matter
commanding
if you don't
performances
win.
and dramatic comebacks.
If you
But
don't win the
Casemiro,
Europa, it doesn't matter. It won't matter if you are unbeaten for 90 games.
Look,
It
look.
doesn't
yeah,
matter.
but then I mean, I thought we were going to look.
Arsenal has one of the most points in the last 3 seasons. They haven't
You
won a.
Rasta
see,
Aziz
It
supports
doesn't matter.
Liverpool.
Stats don't matter. What
Aziz,
matters is
Aziz, wait.
finishing the thing.
Aziz, wait here. Um, I would just like to have to pick your insights on what you expect of the game, Spurs versus Manchester United, the final in the Cathedral. Okay, because I mean, when you drift and you start talking about retirement players, they shouldn't be kept at the club and stuff like that. I think we are losing the whole point of discussion today. Okay, that we can discuss another day because there are so many players I can tell you that they should never actually have been footballers because I
Actually,
don't know
one of
how
the
you talk
reasons
about
that came up,
Robertson being one of
Okay,
the best
um,
players in the world. You see, but
uh,
we have accepted that he's done whatever he has done and he has done well. Okay, so let us talk about
one of the
game
reasons that
on
came up
Wednesday.
is the players are not fit to play Amorim's tactics, are not fit to play
but see,
Amorim's way.
Aziz,
Explain
that is
yourself.
true.
That's
Majority,
how
majority of those players are struggling. Yeah.
exactly, and you backed my point when I'm saying Amorim's tactic is not the thing that is the issue; is the quality of the players that you have.
Yeah,
So
that's what I was coming to.
if you
Majority of
move
those
on,
players are struggling because they can't play his system,
yeah,
and the
exactly.
quality is
So
also very poor. And those who you expect to perform and adapt so quickly, like Alejandro, yes, he's done what he has done this season. I'm talking about Ganacho, but he has still not given us what we expected from him. You know, players like Ahmad Diallo have done so well, very, very well. Even when they go, rather, even when they get injured, they come back, they show you they are ready to play the system. Then you have players like Rasmus Hoyland, who has struggled and is still struggling, and he has been very, very, very poor. You have players like Joshua Zaxi, who had started fitting into the system. Now back to Casemiro. I still think, yeah, he didn't have the first 3-5 games for Amorim were really very, very poor. In fact, he started coming off the bench, but as time goes on, I know United has deteriorated in terms of results, but there are players who have also improved, players that have settled in, and one of those players is Casemiro. In fact, I would prefer to watch a midfield against Spurs of Casemiro and Bruno Fernandes in the midfield.
I agree.
Okay. Anyway, guys, yeah, real quick, before we go into the transfers. Okay, that was a long one. Predicted lineup, guys. Predicted lineup. I know United. Josh, you talked about the Spurs. The injuries, but you didn't talk about United. But you only talked about the boost they have. That Lenny Euro, yes, correct, is back. Aiden Heaven isn't even featured over the weekend. The loss to Chelsea, which I think was, just to give him game time. Diego Dallo, there's rumor that he could be pushing to return, but also remains a question mark. There is rumor that Joshua Zirkzee might make the bench, But Toby Collier, the likes of Lenny Euro, Aiden Heaven are all back. And of course, as always, Bruno Fernandes still remains our key man and is expected to lead the attack.
Let me just say something. I think I think one of the reasons, I think I was talking to you and I was asking you, why is he playing his first 11 players against Chelsea? And we got his answer, which was he wanted to know which players he's going to pick for the finals. And
I remember you told me that.
Yeah.
And by the way, Aziz,
but players must be fresh. For me,
that's what I was going to say.
I do believe that it is better for players to play than players to rest. I mean, you cannot have players. Actually, whenever United has won trophies, we've played the most games. We've played the most games. We've gone the whole way in the Champions League. We've actually been pushing for the Premier League title. We've actually gotten to the final of the FA Cup, or lost in the latter stages of the FA Cup, in the Carabao Cup. So, I mean, the accumulation of games is not really a bad thing. I know you can say that back in the day we did have a big squad, and we would rotate every now and then.
Capable.
Nonetheless, I mean, it's okay to keep players fresh. They don't have to play the whole 90 minutes, but you just have to pray and thank God we did not get any injuries from the game. Spurs.
Aziz, I think I back and I stand with Josh when you say players need to stay fit, players need to get game time, and I was telling you that majority of the Spurs first team, have barely played. Have barely, they've barely had game time in the last two games. It's only a few of them. I was checking out those that started last time and those also this other weekend where they lost, and it's only a few of them. So don't you think that is also in a minute, Aziz? Don't you think that might cause a problem? Because United, luckily, okay, they don't have injuries, but they've been playing just to keep them fresh.
I think I already said that, and that is one of my concerns when I saw your lineup against Chelsea. And I said that, why is he playing Bruno Fernandes? I can understand you can pick and choose from other players, but why are you playing Bruno Fernandes?
Why? You think he might get tired, or you're talking about injury?
No, injured.
Oh, okay.
Because this is a team which is playing for
the fittest player over 5 years.
It's not about being fit, but getting injured by someone hitting your studs on your ankle. Tackle. That is
but for me,
I'm talking about. Not
Aziz, Aziz, you know why he plays? A manager knows his players. There are some of those players who may recover late, who may want a rest every now and then to be fresh. There are those players who are actually going to want to play to be fresh for the next game. They would rather play than rest. And Bruno Fernandes is that type of player. Bruno Fernandes would want to play every game. He actually once told you.
Gentlemen, Adrian says, respect the badge or get your legs broken. That's what it says.
Word, Adrian, word.
Back to the predicted lineup, guys, before we go into the transfer news. Predicted lineup. Josh, your predicted lineup.
Well, the predicted lineup, what I predict for Ange.
Yeah, either way, both sides. Aziz, I'd also like to know.
I'm thinking of mine. Josh,
maybe I would just give you the possible lineup for Spurs, which is Spurs is at home. They'll have Vicario, they'll have Pedro Porro, they'll have Romero, Van de Ven. A very good, a very formidable partnership Udogi, very sound right back. Um, I don't think Papasa would be fit for this one, but I'll have him there because it's just doubtful. Then Bisuma Bentaka, Brennan Johnson, Solanke, and Richarlison. Because Kulusevski is out, Madison and Son Young-min has just returned from a foot injury. I don't think he'll be available for selection. He might just come on, but it will be difficult for him to start this one. Then for Manchester United, I've just gone straight to predicting. For Manchester United, you've not allowed me to actually show you why I think Man United would win this game. But anyhow,
give me the predicted lineup, and in 2 minutes you'll give me that.
The weakest player in our side that could cost us the final is in goal for Manchester United. That is Andre Onana, and I think Euro will play.
You think he's going to start, Josh? He's coming out of an injury. He's coming out of an injury.
Yeah. I think Maguire, Euro. I think Euro and De Ligt should be fine.
No, De Ligt not yet.
Oh, then Euro, Maguire, Mazraoui, Dogu, Dalot, and
midfield.
Ugarte, Casemiro.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry. I go again. Okay. Onana in goal. The three center backs is Euro, De Ligt, Euro, Maguire, and Mazraoui. Then Mad Diallo as the right-sided wing back, and the left-sided wing back Dogu. The left wing back Dogu. Then in the middle of the park, I'll have Ugarte and Casemiro. Then on top, I'll have Alejandro Garnacho and Fernandes. Then Højlund will lead the line.
Aziz, in a minute.
For me, I think the possible lineup. I think Tottenham will have all the number one choice defenders. Van der Vaart. I think Van der Vaart is back. What is
no. Is he back? He might. No, I don't think he's back. Think he's back.
Who?
Van der Vaart, because I read somewhere that he might not make it.
Yeah, and I think he's back.
Romero is back. Porro is back. Udogi is back. Vicaria was just rested. Down in the central midfield, I think Bentancur and Basuma will be key. I think as an attacking midfielder, if they don't have Madison, they can try play their.
They don't have Bergvall, they don't have Madison, they don't have Kulusevski.
Yeah, they don't have any attacking midfielder, I would say, but I think they'll play this kid, Odegaard. I think so. Usually plays that position. For I think the attack now, that is where they will be really good. Solanke up front, Son, and what is his name? Brendan Johnson. Yeah.
Adrian says Mason Mount will twist the defender's ankle.
Oh yeah.
Ireland will finish
100%.
I don't have anything to say. Time will tell.
Josh, what were you saying in a minute or two? What were you going to say? Why you think United is going to win this game against Spurs?
It's a better team than Spurs.
Really?
Yeah, and there are no officials from the Premier League to actually help them.
Anyway,
football is such a beautiful sport that every now and then it produces a match that is perfect. You simply cannot miss the occasion. I mean, this Europa League final has two teams that have underachieved domestically. But why I actually do think that United can win this is because this a lot of motivation from this game that it is no exaggeration to suggest that a victory at the San Mamés Stadium for Manchester United will shape our future under Amorim and provide a springboard for a new era at Old Trafford. And the players, they know that it's embedded in everyone, leave alone the benefits that are going to come from the fact that the players themselves could have a bumper deals in their own salaries because we've qualified for the Champions League. So, I mean, it's just not enough to need motivation from the manager. I think it is a self-motivating. It is an occasion that is self-motivating for players who have underperformed, and they do know that we are actually better than what we have been giving to the side. So, I mean, they have to win this game.
Yeah,
I do.
The preview has taken this. The preview was supposed to take 10-15 minutes.
No. Let me just.
We're still here, bro.
Let me just take on this. I think for me, Tottenham is going to win, in my opinion. And it's not because it's better than Manchester. It's because of the hunger of, wanting to win a trophy. We've seen Crystal Palace win against a dominant team, a team that you'd say that they will not win. 70% would say, Man City would win this game. So I don't see any. Manchester is an exception of that. Football is a very cruel game.
But United goes into this one as the underdog.
That is correct. By the way,
yeah,
they even put only. I've seen very many people.
The underdog. So whatever you're saying.
How does a team that hasn't lost inside the Europa go as on the underdogs in
paper?
All your favorite pundits have given Spurs to win.
Spurs.
I think 80% of them.
Combined Spurs United team. They've only given Bruno Fernandes.
That's all absolute rubbish. Whoever did it just wanted a few clickbaits.
Guys, once again, please do subscribe, turn on the notifications. Okay, the last one, head-to-head, guys. Spurs have dominated, of course, this season, winning all three competitions, 3-0 in the game at Old Trafford, then 4-3 Carabao Cup, and also in February this year at Spurs, winning, still Spurs beating United 1-0. Now, of course, if I'm to compare again head-to-head, Spurs are unbeaten in their last 6 games against Man United. They have outscored United 14-7 since October 2022, I think. But historical context, the first UEFA competition. This is the first UEFA competition meeting between the two teams. That is for United and Spurs. And I think they did maybe some time back. I think before it was Europa. I'm not so sure. But ever since it was renamed to Europa, it's the first one. And I know all teams. I'm going to give now my own opinion. I know both teams are struggling. They are doing so bad. But this final is a clash of two underperforming giants. I call them giants, and I insist they're still giants in the English Premier League. Desperate, of course, for redemption. Spurs' recent mastery over United, and the attacking flair, they make them slight favorites. Aziz, to me, that's what I think. But for United, again, United are meant for big moments, big stages, and do not be surprised. Of course, expect a high tense. I think it's going to be a high scoring affair, but do not be surprised if United win by a margin of 3-0.
And that's one thing I can agree with you. Manchester just pops up whenever they feel like, when it comes to big games. That I can agree with you. Another thing is there's this thing about. Go ahead. It just slipped my mind. There was a point that was in my mind, but it just slipped.
Once again, please do subscribe, turn on the notifications. Yeah, we're going into the transfer news. Transfer news where everyone has been waiting for the transfer news. Yes, United have reached an agreement with Matheus Cunha, £62.5 million. Player is coming through. Aziz, we came on earlier. I don't know. Aziz, you available?
Yes, anyway. Yes.
Yeah. We came on earlier when news broke out that an agreement was very close. Well, right now, news coming in is the agreement has been reached. and of course, 62 million pounds release close mate. I mean, what value, does Cunha add to the current Man United squad? Aziz,
In my opinion, Past is downgrading, going down from number 14 to 16.
you think Cunha is downgrading?
He's downgrading. He's above Manchester. I don't know why he's going down.
Okay.
But just banter aside, but I think that is a very good signing for Manchester, especially from the left wing. And I think he can play also as a striker.
Yeah.
So I think that would be a great signing for Manchester. Garnacho needs to look for another club.
Garnacho, Rasmus Højlund, very many players need to look for another club. And yeah, you're saying Garnacho needs to look for another club. Josh, we talked about it earlier. The rumors want to go away. It looks like United is still linked to getting Mbeumo, then Semenyo. To me personally, I actually think, okay, they are good players, but not Man United. They are where they should be. They are where they should be.
No, for me, I think
Mbeumo has performed well this season.
I think we could have used the player like Mbeumo if we had not yet signed Matheus Cunha. But unless you're letting a prodigy like Alejandro Garnacho leave the club, I don't think you need Mbeumo, because the problems that we do have, we don't need another 10. We are actually looking for a marksman. We are looking for a guy who is going to lead the line. So if you keep wasting money buying players who are not required, they are good for squad depth. Okay, we would like to have Mbeumo and Cunha start as our 2 10s, because Mbeumo is technically gifted. He has so many things that he can do on the ball, and if you're playing him in that place with Matheus Cunha, they have the physicality that the league demands. They have all these attributes that the league demands. Man United is going to be a very different force. I mean, we shall actually have a very decent team. The biggest problem that we do have, I mean, why are you buying these 2 10s fast, and you are not solving the problem of a goal scorer? You're not going to buy Mbeumo or Cunha and turn him into a goal scorer, because you've not solved the problem. You've actually set up Ruben Amorim to fail. I mean, get the guy a striker, get the guy a 9. It is okay for me. As long as you're getting Mbeumo. Mbeumo is a very good addition to the side, because he's a Premier League proven. I mean, he's scored goals for fun. He has a technical ability. He's physical. He's fast. He's a guy who can actually contribute. He's a guy who can improve United from 17th to 6th. So I don't have a problem with him. The only problem that I do have is maybe our priorities are a bit skewed. That I mean, we have not yet gotten a marksman, and we are signing another 10. That means we shall have Alejandro. We shall have Alejandro Garnacho. We shall have Bruno Fernandes, Matheus Cunha, and Bryan Mbeumo in those positions. That is a very good squad to have four players in 10 positions. But we are a team that is lacking so much, and Josh, we are crying that we do not have money in the window. So if you keep spending money on positions where you have abundance, what is going to happen is we no longer have money to buy a striker. We no longer have money to buy a keeper. Lady Luck has just fallen for us that Emi Martinez is walking out on a free, so we can bargain and maybe buy the guy 2.5. I mean, give him a sign-on fee of 2 million, and we have him. But
Josh, sorry to cut you off. I'm saying, just to give you some good news. This is just in. United are set to rival Arsenal for Victor Gyökeres. Amorim is pushing for him as he looks to remodel United's attack. You were talking about a prolific striker.
Now bring Bryan
that is from
Mbeumo.
Sport.
Now
that is from
Bryan
Sport. Cutters of United Truthful.
Yeah. Now bring Bryan Mbeumo.
Aziz, are you worried?
Gyökeres.
I'm not actually. Before I came to this stream, I wanted to say my ideal Manchester's best forward line, and I think you asked me that question on WhatsApp, and you asked me, has Manchester fallen off going for a player like Mbeumo? And I wanted to give you, I went and looked up his stats, because I know this guy This guy is a contender for one of the best players in the Premier League this season. He's scored 19 goals. He's been scoring. He's been assisting.
100%. Bring back
He's
Greenwood.
he's been assisting over eight assists a season. That's his average for the last 3 seasons. And I would say if I'm losing Salah today, I'd want a winger like Mbeumo. Mbeumo
He has scored very many goals,
I
man. That's
agree
what I'm
with you.
saying.
This guy creates a lot of chances. This guy, his left foot is so deadly. This guy
Yeah, and
is
he's strong. He's really strong.
this guy. Do you know the last he has this season? He has 500. I know since since he's joined the Premier League, the last 3 seasons of 3 seasons, he has 520 crosses. Tell me,
That's a lot.
tell me if you have a good striker, who can finish. I'm telling you, just get a fifth of that goals. I mean, assist, and that is 50 goals. Now, 50 is around how much? No, a 50 is 100 goals. 100 goals in 3 seasons. If you can, if you can take a little bit of that, this guy's creativity.
No, Mbeumo is a perfect player. But then for me, I would. Sorry.
Another thing is Mbeumo on the right wing, Cunha on the right on the left. Then Gyökeres. And I told you today, if Manchester goes for Gyökeres and gives them a bargain fee of 60 million, he will agree to go to Manchester because of Amorim. That's the advantage you guys have. So
Yeah.
I think this time, it's to spend that money for the right players.
Yeah, and the Champions League. So I mean, for me, if you're going to get rid of Alejandro Garnacho, I would buy Brian Mbeumo. Or if I bring in Brian Mbeumo, then I'm going to let Alejandro Garnacho go, because then I'll get a pure profit of about 40 million pounds or 50 million pounds.
Anyway,
Garnacho can command that type of money. He can command 50 million pounds.
You can get you that amount of money. Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Just
21
news.
years old. He's a prospect. He's quite a good player. But Brian Mbeumo can actually change our fortunes right away. And I mean, we can have a decent player, and then we can always have Amad Diallo play as the right wing back.
Well, I have more good news still. I don't know. Maybe it's just they're
Bring it on, boy.
These are
just linking
rumors
up.
at the moment. These are just rumors
See.
at the moment. There'll be
Yeah.
once-
I hope the agents are not trying to push for a better deal from Arsenal.
Okay. You mean Gyökeres?
Yeah,
Well,
Gyökeres, yeah.
United have shown interest in signing Inter Milan defender Davide Fratesi, with recent reports, guys, indicating that they've made contact. They made contact regarding his availability. 25-year-old Italian, valued at around 41.5 million pounds. He has also attracted attention from Spurs, Roma, Newcastle, and we all know Fratesi's versatility as a central or attacking midfielder. Josh, sorry.
I just don't think that if a UEFA Champions League finalist is going to leave Italy for Manchester United.
This I can say this is a false rumors, because this guy is thinking about the Champions League final. So I don't think he would be.
No. His stock is high, and England, especially Manchester United, that has fallen off, would not be the first ground that he would actually be going for. Fratesi would actually be swayed away from England if he was going to a top side in England. If Liverpool came calling because they've just won the league, probably that is the first team he knows about in England, because he actually saw them on the back pages lifting a trophy. So I mean, what else would he know about Manchester United that has been so poor in the league? I don't think that he would be interested in ditching Inter Milan for Manchester
A team
United.
like Manchester United. I think these are
But
all.
we
Anyway,
have
you
the
never
power.
know.
We have the
Anything
power.
can happen.
We no longer have the allure to get such players, especially foreign players from top sides. But
Now
I
your
mean,
honor is for Semenyo. Semenyo,
yeah,
now
yeah,
that
yeah. That's our level. But for me, I would get Mbuemo all day, every
yeah,
day, not
exactly,
Semenyo. Not
exactly,
Semenyo.
exactly.
Semenyo's touch is heavy.
Not touch,
It's
even
Lukaku.
actually,
It's
I would
Lukaku-ish.
exactly. For me, Semenyo is a very good player. He's a player that can, honestly, I can't put him as a starter if I want to win the league, but he is a very good
No,
player.
we don't want to lead to win the league. We
No,
actually
I'm
want to
saying,
finish sixth.
no. Okay, if you if you want if you're not going for players that can win you leagues, then you I don't know what's your
But I
priority.
think Brian Mbuemo and Matias Cunha would be the perfect players. But then you have to let Alejandro Garnacho go because you have Mason Mount, you have Fernandez, you have a couple of you have Joshua Zagzi, you have a couple of players in that spot. So it will be very difficult to accommodate 4 or 5 players in the same position, and they're not getting game time. If we do not win the Europa League final, we don't play Champions League. So you have a very big squad that is going to be unhappy for long spells because you're playing very few games. So I think bring on for as long as we get a target man, bring on Brandon Mbuemo. They'll be the perfect 10. The left foot
Well,
is really good, and Matias Cunha is a really hardworking player.
Well, Adrian was saying bring back Mason Greenwood. Well,
All
again,
day, every day.
Cutters of United Truthful, Longoria on Greenwood. He said we bought 50% of the player's value. It was the only way we could have done it. Qualifying for Champions League requires us to buy around 10% more, which will increase the percentage of the player that Olympic that Marseille owns. That is so. Guys, forget about that. He's not coming.
No,
yeah, for me personally, I don't think.
Yeah.
And
he's coming
there is no way even he can
because
come back. There is no way he can come back.
No, there's
because of
every
the
way he can come
situation,
back.
How he
There's
how
every
he
way he
was
can come back.
How,
No, no.
But
Josh?
if I were Mason Greenwood,
Mm.
if I were Mason Greenwood, I don't think I would be coming back
There is
to
no
play
way.
for Manchester United. I mean,
It would be
even when I'm at the
be too toxic for him to come back. You know.
no. Even when I'm at the peak of my powers, I think I would not play for Manchester United. Maybe I would go to City.
Really, Josh?
Yeah, that's just me.
yes. For me personally,
Yeah.
I agree with Josh because the way Manchester United, I think.
But
some of
with all due respect, there was a vacuum of there was a lack of leadership at the club. There were a bunch of people at the club who actually did not know or
How to handle that whole situation?
Yes, who actually ignored to do the right thing when
And by the way,
all this was
they
unfolding.
could have
So-
handled it so well because you know
Yes,
the
because
age,
was
you know.
it was mishandled and everything got out of
that guy
proportion. I
is a
mean,
good
these
striker.
things have
I think
these things have
this
happened
season
at
he's the
Man
top scorer.
City. They've happened at Man City, at Chelsea. Remember, Enzo Fernandez goes and calls people racists and things like that.
Yeah,
and
after
he's
winning the
chanting
Copa
in the
America.
word, yeah. And the way Chelsea handled it was a bit better. It wasn't the best because I mean, I'm still mad at what Chelsea did. I mean, there was no reason for.
They even gave him the what? The armband.
You know, that's
Yeah,
one of the
but there was
reasons
no reason for Enzo Fernandez to actually
that's
clown
one of
us
the
by pretending to do a charity event and supporting some. It was all bullshit. But you could have handled it better. I mean, those guys ignored to make a decision, and they made it very difficult for themselves. And we are where we are. Otherwise, I don't think that Mo Salah would be enjoying the joy that he has enjoyed at Liverpool if Mason Greenwood had continued with the trajectory he had. At
I can
United,
say,
I'm telling you.
It's a
No,
good
I'm
thing
telling
you
you.
encourage the youngsters.
Yes.
It's good.
No,
It's a
he
good
would
thing.
emulate. Greenwood would emulate what Salah is doing because Salah is the
That's
best
good.
left foot
That's
in
good
the
that he's
league.
looking up
Then
to Salah,
Greenwood,
trying
yeah,
to
Greenwood,
emulate him.
yeah, Greenwood is a very, very good left foot. So I mean, he would look up to Salah. Then
It would be so hard to even figure out what foot left, right.
Exactly,
He scores
but
goals
then
left,
again,
right, and center.
looking at Salah in the league, that would be his immediate competition. Salah, of course, is Salah, is up there, but the kid would look up to him, and Yeah, the kid had always been
No, I
scoring a
agree
few
with
goals.
you.
I like how Josh brought the point. Then when he saw you were coming, he decided, he got
No,
butter,
I
played
agree with him.
it.
Mason Greenwood, he scored 21 goals in the French league. He's joint top scorer with Dembele in the league. A
He has, I
player
think, 21 goals.
who's been booed by his own
Adrian is out
club.
for blood. He says
Yeah.
revenge signing.
Yeah, revenge signing, revenge, absolute revenge.
But yo, guys,
But I think the boy can accept to come back to Manchester United because there was no love lost.
yeah,
I don't
guys,
think, for me personally,
Whatever
I
happened,
think
but there was no
coming back
love
to
lost.
England itself will be toxic for
Yeah.
him. Because
I hope Jamaica qualifies for the World Cup and he represents them and
they meet England.
scores against England to kick it out of the tournament on the group stage.
Yeah,
Knockout
I mean, I'd
stage.
love to see that. But regardless, we strongly
there is
condemn
one
what
more
happened.
player
We
we are
strongly
forgetting
condemn what
about,
he did.
Delap. You're still
Dilap,
forgetting
yeah, I'm
about
coming to that. I'm coming to that. You know, last one before we move on, saying apart from Gyökeres, who has a good relationship with the current Man United manager, that is Ruben Amorim. I mean, do you think United is really going to struggle to sign players this season? Considering the position, especially if they do not win the Europa League, because winning the Europa League is going to change everything. Not everything, but will change most of the stuff or most of the things, you know. Yes, Aziz, you're saying no?
I can say this as a rival fan. Manchester United is a big club, second successful club in the whole of England.
First time you're saying something nice about Manchester United.
Are you crazy? Second successful club? What do you mean?
Yes, well, what do you lead in what category do you lead
What second successful club? What do you mean?
In what
He
category?
means after Liverpool. He means after Liverpool.
The one that won trophies when there were 3 teams in the league.
In what category do you lead in? Is it Champions League?
Listen,
you know what
Josh said? You know what Josh said? Aziz, Josh said Liverpool only wins trophies when people are either very sick, about to die, or dead. He gave examples when you listen. He gave example. He gave examples of the COVID trophy. Up to now, he still calls it the COVID trophy. Liverpool won
but it was the COVID
trophy during COVID time, and people were dying like flies. And this time, just when the Pope dies, Liverpool lifts another trophy.
If you want to argue with that, you look who won the trophy during the World Wars. Both of them.
The world order, you know,
during the World Wars, still Liverpool won.
And another thing. People die every year, and I think Manchester now. Needs to every year Manchester won, people died also. So
you know, back then every time someone prominent would die, everyone would ask, did Aaron Ramsey score? Only to find out he was on the score sheet. So
unfortunately, he was also on the score sheet.
You know. So anyway, like Overmars and Henry. Adrian. Yeah. Adrian, shout outs to you, brothers. Thank you for being in the comment section. Shout outs to you. Yes, I don't know. We're still linked. We want to talk about Liam Delap. I think that's poor downgrading.
Coming back to your question, Manchester United is a big club, and I don't see them struggling to sign big players because of the wages that they can give. They can. There's a lot of ways to attract players. We saw Arsenal attracting players with just projects without even giving them something, concrete. We've seen Jurgen Klopp recruit players from just telling them the vision that he has. That is one of the reasons Mane came to Liverpool. So Amorim can convince good players that he can invest with to win a major trophy with. So for me, honestly, I would say this is the right time to get players, young players that are good, like Cunha, Buemo, Gyökeres, Delap. These kind of players are
you
really
think Delap? I don't know, man. I'm not so sure about Liam Delap.
We'll come to that. But for me personally, I don't think maybe 1 or 2 players who want to play in Europe that would deny to come to Manchester. But If they're offered money, they will come in a heartbeat.
which we don't have. So I mean, we're
which we
not
don't have
offering any
currently.
money. So for me to answer that question, I would like to agree with Aziz. It is not difficult to actually play for Manchester United or for Manchester United to attract players. The thing though is we have kind of lost in the we've lost our ability to use our resource envelope to actually negotiate our way from deals, and it looks like everyone else has caught up, and everyone else has a bit of money, so they can outbid United for players and stuff like that. The thing though that is Manchester United doesn't really have money at the moment, and it can be difficult in the market for you to make deals happen really quickly. But United should not be turned into one academy. We should not have more 18-year-old players. If we want to,
We already
progress,
have
at least,
enough.
yeah, we do have enough, and the blend. We should just get the blend right, and maybe if you get senior players like Mbuemo, Cunha, and Gyökeres, then you can buy all the 18-year-olds you want,
Yeah.
because at
Buemo is
least you have a
26.
spine.
He can give you a good 5
Yeah,
years.
yeah, yeah.
You know?
Yeah. He's
Still
26. He's 26.
You know?
Josh Adia
Yeah.
was saying he's 29.
No,
No,
he's
in a
26,
bantering
man.
way. You are in a bantering.
Yeah,
His
he's
hair,
26.
because of his hair.
Yeah. But Ian Robin lost his hair at 23.
Actually, he said,
or 21.
how many years? He put it in a way saying that how many years has Brian Mbeumo alleged?
How old does he say he is?
How
I
old
never
does he
said
say he
age,
is?
bro.
We Africans have that. We are criminals on that when it comes to
Yeah.
Yo.
Yeah. But a banter aside, for me, I would love to see Mateus Cunha and Brian Mbeumo in our 210s. And if we manage to let Alejandro Garnacho go, and
keep him.
or Alejandro Garnacho or Kobe Mainu, one of them has to go. We have to make space. But Kobe Mainu, Rasta Stokes, if he does hear me, I think he will drop whatever he's doing to make sure we don't lose Kobe Mainu. But maybe we can cash in on Alejandro Garnacho, keep Kobe Mainu for the future. And Bruno Fernandes can help the boy become a better player.
Hi, Nusla. Hi, Peace. Peace says, hi, Josh, Isaac, and Liverpool guy. The Liverpool guy is here killing us every time. You know, he's telling us. In fact, talking about Liverpool, please, guys, do subscribe, turn on the notifications. Thank you, Peace, for tuning in. Talking about Liverpool just shortly. Let's swing there before we are out. Liverpool is set to announce the signing of Frimpong.
Delap.
Sorry?
Let's finish with Delap and then come back to.
Okay,
This is a long topic. We have a big summer coming. We can't just stop like this. You can't stop us in the middle and start talking about first finish all Manchester's agenda.
Liam Delap, let's go.
For me personally, it's a very good signing. I don't know if you've seen the way he plays.
No, not really. I've not paid attention.
No, man, that guy is a complete striker.
Yeah, he's a complete striker.
That guy is a complete striker. He can hold the ball. He can dribble, he can come and score.
You mean if he has good players around him that are going to create chances, he can score goals?
He can not even. This guy can bully defenders, man. This guy can bully defenders.
Well, he has scored 12 goals this season for Ipswich.
Imagine Ipswich. He doesn't even have. Who do you know who is creating?
Josh, why are you laughing?
Do you know a kid called Hutchinson?
Hutchinson
doesn't create much, but he's a spark.
He's a winger. He dribbles, doesn't bring in too much. How many assists does he have?
I do not know, but I do agree with you that Liam Delap is a complete striker. I mean, it's just that Manchester United is in a very bad state. You don't think that it would be the easiest name to accept that he's the guy that they are bringing in, because right now we are coming off a 21-year-old that we bought with so much hope, and he has faltered ever since he came to the club, and it might be difficult to let him go. It might be difficult to get him off our books. So If you're
You know,
getting another
that is
21-year-old who is
problem
not
right there.
tried
How
or
much did
tested,
you buy for that guy? How much did you buy him for? Hoyland.
Who?
60 something,
Seven-
but raising to 72.
To 72. That's how painful it is.
So
Yeah.
you know
We
that
didn't
is
have-
the
Very
we-
problem.
painful.
Look at
How
we
many
didn't have
goals?
people
How many goals? He has 4-3 goals in 31 games.
It doesn't
He has
matter.
only four-
Saka
he
has
has
6
four
goals.
Four
Saka
goals.
has 6 goals in
Yes,
24
Saka-
games.
Saka,
Saka, the
Rashford
bad
has
guy,
six
the
goals.
bad guy, as in like the
No,
star,
but Rashford-
As-
England's
Aziz.
finest.
but
Aziz,
Saka has at least 12.
Joshua
12
called Saka. Okay. He calls him. What's that? What you say? The best agricultural striker. What? How did you say,
The
Josh?
most effective agricultural dribbler in world football.
Is that fair?
I don't know what that means, but one thing I can say is
It just means
David
Saka.
Cameron-
Look at him. Just look at Saka.
No. let me tell you. If
Muogo.
let me tell you. Let me ask you.
Cassava.
Which winger would you take above Saka? How many? Can you count? Can you count with 5 fingers? Can you name 5 fingers
With my eyes closed.
How many wingers? How many wingers can you name that are better than Saka?
With my eyes closed.
How many? Name.
Lamine Yamal, Desire Doe, Kvaratskhelia. I'm mentioning Usman Dembele. I'm mentioning it's time. I'm the one mentioning. Yeah.
No. They're not in the Premier League. They were not even in the same.
So you want me to go for average players?
So Premier League is an average players league, and there's a possibility of having. Yes, this is the point that I wanted to say, Isaac. It is not that Europa has fallen off, but it's the quality of the Premier League.
No.
They are struggling.
No.
Yeah, it's true.
No.
No. Aziz, I
Nah,
disagree
that is
with
easy.
you. You cannot
It's
say
easy
it.
to
You cannot
it's
say
easy
it's a
to
quality.
argue because the last
Listen.
teams are
Oh,
there.
no, wait. I think
Which
he's trying to
league-
say.
Which league?
No, first finish. Are you saying?
No, listen.
You're saying the quality of the Premier League has stepped up, right?
Yes. The
Ah,
quality
okay,
of the
I
teams
agree.
that are playing in the Premier
George,
League
why are
are
you saying no?
No.
and
You know why he's saying no?
Yeah.
Because smaller teams have
No.
knocked has knocked out big teams this
exactly
season.
that, as in
No,
the
you
They've
average.
lost their spots.
Crystal
You know,
Palace,
Man
yes.
City was struggling and is still struggling not to feature in Europa. Then you have
You look
Arsenal
at-
that
you-
also survived yesterday when they
you
played
look- you
against.
Look at Arsenal that has been so good,
Oh.
so good in the eyes of Arsenal fans. As in this was their season, they've been so good. They're 6
But
points
honestly,
off
they
a
have
team that
been
has
good.
lost
They've
9
been
times
good,
in the
honestly.
league.
Reaching the semi-final of the UEFA Champions League, it's a big achievement for them. Honestly, when was the last time they've reached that point?
Yes, that's an achievement.
Anyhow, yeah, for them,
No.
it's
And
good
at
he
the
added
same
for them.
time-
Steady
at the same
progress.
time,
Steady
in
progress.
this league-
Maybe next season they'll reach the final.
Let me tell you.
Because the other one, it was the quarter.
quarter.
This time it's the semi.
One
They're building
question.
a pedigree.
Josh, one question for you. When is the last time have you had a league going 10 teams going to go and play in Europe? That is going to be happening next season.
No way.
Yes. 10 teams
Oh,
are
in
going
Europe.
to be playing in Europe.
In Europe, yeah, you know why it has never happened?
Exactly. The league.
No,
the
you
Premier
know
League
why it has
not-
never happened. So now let me
Listen.
tell you, okay,
Last
Are you
season it
done?
would have happened. Last season
are you
it would
done?
have
So
happened.
when you're done, I will actually come in
Go
and
ahead.
tell you why it
Go
is
ahead.
not.
Why? Tell me.
It has nothing to do with the quality of the Premier League. It has everything to do with the marketing of the product of the Premier League. The UEFA Champions League also wants to have the best marketing tools, which is the teams from the Premier League.
Okay,
They're the
go
ones
ahead.
that can market the whatever better. That's why you see that the Premier League is given 5 slots, not because it is the best league, but they're given 5 slots
That is-
because
that is
they're
something to
the
laugh
ones
at.
that can actually market the Champions League are much better. Can you imagine a game against Aston Villa
No, this
versus Lazio in the
not
Champions
speaking
League?
Facts. We want facts. We want facts.
What do you
here.
mean facts?
Facts is.
How do you
the
mean?
reason
How do
why-
you mean?
the reason why
But-
the Premier League.
But this is
Let me
logical.
give you facts. me
this
give you
is
facts.
logical. This is logical, and
You're not speaking facts. Let me give you
this
the
is
facts.
logical. They
Why
are not
Premier
going to
League-
spell it out for you. They're not going to spell it out for you on the calendar that actually this is why we do this. But
Okay,
you
let
can
me-
know why it is done. Now,
let me-
why you certain teams, they have to create all these other avenues at the Europa League, at the Europa Conference League, at because they want to make as much money as they can. So they involve even the team that has finished 9th, 8th, 10th in the league to come and play. They invite it to play, which is a good thing for football, that everyone gets to test the luxury of playing football in Europe.
listening to something that it doesn't even make sense. Let me just give you the facts.
How? But it's logical.
Let me
It's a
just,
logical
no,
argument.
It doesn't make sense because it doesn't make
Okay.
sense if you have the facts. Let me tell you, number one.
What are the facts?
The reason why that Premier League is having 5 teams going to the UEFA Champions League is because of the system that they have set in the Champions League. It's points. Every league, the more wins you get in Europe, the more points you get, and the team that the league that has the most points gets awarded a slot.
Okay.
Slot. Yeah. I remember that.
And that's why was it last year? Last year was it? Is it the Bundesliga?
They brought 5 teams.
They got 5 teams.
Yeah.
I think that, let me put that aside. Carabao, FA Cup. Crystal Palace won the FA Cup. So number 7 slot will be going to automatically what do you call the Conference League, and number 8 will go to the Conference League. Why? If Chelsea wins.
Yeah.
And guess what? If Manchester or Tottenham win, they'll go into the Champions League. So 6 teams will be going to the Champions League.
Yes.
2 teams in the Conference League and 2
Yes.
teams in the Europa League. So it doesn't have nothing to do with the
Which
marketing.
team? Which
It's all
2
about
teams in the Europa
performance.
League?
Sorry?
One team. 2 teams. Which
will
2
be in the
teams?
Europa. Crystal Palace, which got
Oh
that
yeah,
position,
Crystal Palace. Okay,
because
by
Yeah, they won the
virtue-
FA.
Yeah.
position.
Yeah.
Or you would have played in the Conference League.
Yeah, let's
And-
see how they'll do. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that clarity. But let's
So
see how they will do.
It is about
So-
facts. It's not
so
about
next
marketing strategy. So the Premier League, it's the Premier League that has been performing. Chelsea is a
So
team
next
that
season,
finished-
Premier League might have around 7 teams in the in Europe, right?
He
6.
just said
6 teams
10.
in the Champions League. Because of
No, I'm saying
the
total.
Europa.
Oh, there's also the Conference League. I was thinking.
I know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I was
Chelsea.
thinking
Chelsea wins,
two in Europa, then 5 the others. But also, if Chelsea win, then they are also
Yeah.
qualifying for
Yeah.
Europe. Oh, those are already 3 teams in Europe, right?
Yeah, automatic.
Wow.
Automatic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
bro,
It is not about.
Bro.
I'm telling you, it's the quality of
But
the
they-
Premier League, because right
yeah,
now,
but
without Crystal
the
Palace,
teams,
beating
the Premier
Man
League
City-
teams did perform. By some accident, the Premier League teams did perform well in Europe. But you cannot tell me that the league has improved. The league itself.
Okay, let me
teams-
ask you. Let me
Guys.
ask you this question. Let me ask you
Aziz.
Let me just a fair question.
Aziz. Okay. Okay.
This season, we've seen Bournemouth beat any team apart from
Home and away.
He has beaten Arsenal. He has beaten Man City. He has beaten Manchester United. First leg. And
Done a double. Second leg too.
No. Second leg was a draw. And
No.
you guys
Yeah,
got away
1-1.
with the red card.
With Bournemouth.
Card, which was cancelled.
Who did we
Hoyland-
lose to
Hoyland-
back to back?
Hoyland's 4th goal of the season.
Yeah, and
really.
Saka,
I thought they need a double.
the phenomenal Saka has 6.
Yes. Saka has 6.
Yeah, what a
Saka-
phenomenal player.
No problem. So,
Aziz.
with all due respect, is the level of the Premier League. Manchester United being in the Europa final and can't beat teams like Bournemouth, can't beat teams in 18 losses. Yani a team in the final with 18 losses and the other culprit with 19 losses. And you're telling me the Premier League is easy. Man, this is one of the hardest leagues. So
Anyhow, yeah, 18
Yeah.
losses for Amorim has only won 6, bro. It's not easy. Yes, real quick, Aziz, I would love to know or get your opinion. You're a Liverpool fan. You guys were having a meltdown when Trent Arnold announced that he's leaving. You said whatever you said. You were all over social media and all that. But well, good news. Good news. Frimpong officially joined Liverpool from Bayer Leverkusen. Transfer finalized after he completed his medical. And by the way, he came cheaply, because the Reds triggered his 35 million euro or 29.5 million pound release clause. And 24 years old, Dutch international, 5-year contract. He'll be earning approximately 100,000 per week. And this move comes as a replacement for Trent Arnold, who is set to join Real Madrid again on a free transfer when his contract expires in June this year. But do not forget, the man Frimpong. I asked you earlier, but I didn't get a concrete response. But I want to get it now. Don't
Let me
forget,
just-
Frimpong is known for his dynamic attacking style. Over 30 goals, 44 assists in 190 appearances for Bayer Leverkusen. So please tell me, is he the right man? Have you guys found yourself a replacement for Trent Arnold?
I think let me just keep the record straight about Trent Alexander-Arnold. Number one, he has the choice to go wherever he wants.
But there was a meltdown. You guys were everywhere.
Yeah, of course, there's going to be a meltdown when you have a 26-year-old, one of the best right backs in the league, and you can give a conversation, one of the best right backs in the world, coming from your academy and wanting to leave. That's like Manchester United leaving Giggs, leaving when he's 26, tearing up the league, going to a team like in Madrid, or letting go your players like let me finish, like Neville, Gary Neville, or all those players that you build a team with. And he has the right to leave, honestly. But one thing I don't agree with him is making all of those stupid celebrations, like this, talking, crazy celebrations without, and he's a vice captain, not coming to the, when he scores a winning goal, not coming to speak, that shows the lack of character, from my opinion, immaturity from Trent Alexander-Arnold. We've had better players, Sadio Mane came.
No, but I think Sofa is still your best player in that position. You don't have, unless I don't know, maybe.
Let me finish. Sadio Mane was a big loss. If you ask me, Sadio Mane is a very big loss that we have.
Yeah, you haven't replaced him
until today, and it's not like he was an old player. He was a player who is capable and could do. So if we can agree that a player coming up front, I've finished everything, I've done for you everything, I need to leave, I've won everything, I'm going for another challenge. That's what Sadio Mane said. I've achieved everything that me and
what hasn't Trent won for Liverpool?
Listen, it's not about winning or not winning. It's about how you deliver this message.
But
the whole season,
I also think Sadio Mane, I'm not going to say washed, but I think he had he's slightly, because by the time he joined Bayern Munich, I'm not saying he was completely washed. Okay, maybe washed is a huge word, but I'm only saying, when he was at Bayern Munich, that is not the Sadio Mane that was at Liverpool.
Let me just finish this point about Trent, and then you can give your opinions, please.
Okay, in a minute, Aziz.
Trent Alexander-Arnold, just give me 1 minute. Trent Alexander-Arnold is a phenomenal player. It's we're going to be having a hard time replacing him. But one thing I don't agree with him is the way he delivered the message. He was quiet, and everybody. I already knew. I think Isaac. I told you a long time ago. I have washed my hands. This guy is gone. But it's not fair for the club. It's not fair. Not even about Liverpool. Liverpool will dump you anytime. We've seen the way they've dumped players.
They didn't want to dump him though. They didn't want to dump him.
Yeah, because he's a good player. What did Liverpool do with what was he called? Ibe. Ibe was a good player, but not the caliber of Sadio Mane. When you got Sadio Mane, he was told go somewhere else, please.
Anyway.
It's better to go somewhere else. So for me, it's the way he delivered the message. It's the way they delivered the message. That's why all of this is happening. Firmino has left. You know, a lot of players have left with a good test, and
you replace them. That's why I'm asking: is he Trent's replacement, Frimpong?
Oh,
now back to Frimpong.
Definitely.
Aziz,
when I said definitely, I mean he's going to bring the numbers.
Go ahead.
Just before you get
response. Go ahead and respond.
Yeah, Aziz, before you get into the Frimpong frenzy, don't you think that Liverpool disrespected Alexander Trent-Arnold?
No, he disrespected the fans, honestly.
No.
For me personally.
Please,
no. He's saying, don't you think Liverpool
disrespected Trent Alexander-Arnold?
Who is Liverpool? Are you talking about the organization, or are you talking
Yes,
about
I'm talking about the organization. I'm talking about the board. I'm talking about the hierarchy at Liverpool.
How?
Because if you do have a player like Alexander Trent-Arnold and you do want to keep him at the club, I mean, why let his contract run out? Why not bring this conversation 2 years ago for the player to renew his contract?
By the way, that makes sense. You saw what happened with Van Dijk and Mohamed Salah.
No, if the player... Okay, please.
Before all of this, he was handed a 6-year contract. He refused the 6-year contract.
When? Because I remember when he was handed the 6-year contract. When?
Yes, he was handed 2021.
No.
2021. I'm telling you, go and do your research, bro. Go and do
2021.
He refused the 6-year contract, and he said he wants a 4-year contract.
What?
For me,
he signed a 4-year contract.
Yes, freedom of contract. Freedom of contract.
Yes. So
yes,
for me personally, and Liverpool, I'm 100% sure, have tried everything to.
No, they've not. What
I can
so
say,
much.
it's Real Madrid, not him.
A few. Actually, I think
we don't know right now the exact.
Yeah, we don't know. That's what I wanted you to say. That's what I wanted you to say, because I mean, you cannot tell me that
the club
Man United
under the bus right now. The
Aziz,
club cannot throw him under the bus.
Guys,
Aziz, can you, Aziz? You cannot tell me that Kobe Mainu, was offered by Man United a 6-year contract and he refused to sign it, because Kobe Mainu has a contract at United which still has 3 years on, So if they were renegotiating his contract and we wanted to tie him down to 6 years when he's 1918, he has every right to refuse to sign that 6-year deal, because he still has a contract that is going and this stock could pile up, and maybe you want to tie him down longer to smaller fees and stuff like that and things like that. That does not mean the player does not want the club, So for me, I would think that for Alexander Trent-Arnold, if Liverpool wanted to keep the player, they would have tried to keep the player 2 seasons before the end of his contract. Besides, Trent Alexander-Arnold does not owe Liverpool anything, because I mean, he has given.
Don't owe him anything as well.
Yes. He has given Liverpool.
The way we want.
Yes, you can boo him. You can boo him. By the way, I don't have a problem with the fans.
Josh, did you watch him come on and fans booing him? I don't think that was right. Honestly.
No, I mean,
honestly,
when you don't have class, you don't have class. I mean, you can pay for school, but you can't buy class. I mean, yeah. I mean, things are just the way they are. So, I mean, if you can do that, you can do that. That's who you are. You just can't change who you are. I mean, it is about class, bro. It's about class, bro.
Stop talking about class with your down.
It's about class, bro.
Milo Kerekes, 21-year-old Bournemouth left back, is reportedly close to joining Liverpool. Matt Posos is indicating both the player and club are in advanced talks. Player and both clubs are in advanced talks, and Liverpool has already made contact with Bournemouth, and negotiations are underway for a fee of around £45 million. Personal terms nearly agreed. And of course, we all know Kerekes has really impressed this season. I was just surprised he wasn't among he wasn't among the players that were supposed to be. I think you also the list of best young players this season, and you have Saliba, who's 24, and you leave Kerekes, who's just 21. I'm surprised he missed out on that.
Now that's the kind of rubbish I tell you, Aziz, which is marketing. I mean, Declan Rice was among the best midfielders in the Premier League. I mean, how? Bruno Fernandes was not. But I know you know the statistics.
And don't say he has performed poorly, because they nominated Delap even after Ipswich. Delap, I don't know, young player of the year. He's also among the nominees.
But
even after Ipswich being I'm not saying otherwise.
Yeah, he did.
I'm saying for one to say that Bruno is not was not included on that list player because
Declan Rice,
United performed well is rubbish.
And Declan Rice made it because he scored 2 goals in the Champions League as free kicks against Madrid. So the achievement is so big. He has to get something.
Yo, Kerekes has 2 goals and 6 assists. So again, is he a replacement for Tsimikas, Aziz? I mean, he's already. No, I'm coming because Tsimikas is linked to Leeds, and Robertson, of course, maybe I could call him his successor. Tsimikas' replacement and the successor for Robertson.
Yeah, Robertson is spent.
Let me just answer Josh's response asking about Bruno Fernandes. Do you want Cunha to become one of the best nominees over there because he's dominating over there in Wolves? Manchester United.
No.
Yo, don't get it twisted. Don't get it. There's no midfielder. Not even those jokers of McAllister. Not even those jokers of McAllister have better stats than Bruno Fernandes this season.
No player in the Premier League.
Hold your rest your laurels, boy.
From Mbappe.
Yo. Not even those jokers at McAllister, at Gravenberch, at what? None of them has the stats that Bruno Fernandes has.
He can't come on his level fast, by the way.
None of them. They can't even lace his lace. They can't even tie his laces. They cannot even tie his laces. At Isijui, what McAllister, at Sobosola, he runs a lot and
Madrid
nothing.
For McAllister. Madrid might come for McAllister, by the way. If Madrid comes, if Madrid calls you, trust me.
No, they're fortunate. They're fortunate. Madrid is broke. They prefer players who are free.
Yeah. Just coming to about this guy, the right back. Let me just speak about Frimpong. Frimpong, I think, is a very good wing back.
Speak about them both.
Yeah. He's a good wing back. For me personally, I'd say that is the position that he will thrive on. As a right back, I think Trent is also, a little bit trash on defensively, same as Frimpong. But both of them are good at attacking wise. And I think this is a 10 out of 10 signing. In my opinion,
if I'm actually thought he would come to City. Yeah. He's a very great player, very great player.
Yeah. By the way, he left City. He was a City. He was in the City.
He was City. Yeah. That is true. Anyway,
so that
what a stream, guys. And Kerekes?
Yeah, for Kerekes, I think that is we've been seeing his post. I don't know if you see him usually. Like him, but one thing is he likes everything that Fabrizio posts. A lot of random. I see him in a random.
Kerekes.
Yeah. That guy, you'll just see him in random places. Liking comments and making some funny.
The footballer.
Yeah.
Oh God.
He's everywhere.
Oh my God,
he's not in a,
he
he's
has
not
a
in a
good,
big club. That's why
then maybe he has a good personality. I like the
yeah,
guy
yeah.
good
already.
personality.
I
He
like
has
the
a
guy
great
already.
personality.
Yeah,
That's
Just
a
like
good guy.
It's
It's,
something
and
else.
by the way, it's always him with
But
his phone. You know, it's
but
the
that's
same thing
also
was
the
asked
age.
about. The same
That's
thing was
also
asked
the
about
age.
Amad Diallo. Exactly, that's what I was going to say. Diallo was
Yeah.
also asked. He said, "Look, I have no social media handler or manager. Whatever I post, whatever jokes that you see,
It's on me, man.
everything is on
As
me."
in,
They were
that's
asking him about
Lamine
what he
Yamal.
post.
Lamine
He
Yamal
was,
is always on his TikTok and things like that.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
I
it's
that's
like
the
the
his
age.
edge.
character. I like his character, Yamin Yamal, and the way he, this old hell thing.
You know,
Football
you
is
know,
played since the 1990s, and they're still played in that kind of. Asking who was this pundit asking why is this guy coming with his shorts hanging?
I
he
know
scored,
who.
he scored a goal. He scored a goal and put his shorts down and started celebrating.
Who
Who?
was that? Who was that complaining?
Lamine.
Van der Vaart.
Yeah, but because it's the age, they do that. They've seen that in the challenges of the songs that Lamine Yamal just made someone a billionaire again. I mean, there was a washed up musician. Okay, not washed up, but
Yeah, the
he came.
Nigerian guy.
The Nigerian guy. He was the guy, but the song had since gotten off the charts because
Yeah.
its time was done. Then Lamine
Yeah.
Yamal dances to the song, and boom, the guy is
Yeah.
back.
The man is having streams. Anyway,
Yeah, the guy is having streams. The guy is back. He's
That's
back.
special.
He's back. He's back. He's
What-
booked, man. He's performing
once
now.
again, guys, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Aziz, for your time. Thank you, Josh, for your time. I'm thanking myself
you,
also
Aziz,
for my
man.
time.
There
Everyone-
is one more signing you're forgetting about.
Who is that?
This one. With Man City are no longer going for him.
Yeah, and I
Florian
understand Liverpool. Yeah, I saw that Liverpool wants to rival. They might match. They're
going
into
to-
if you get Florian Wirtz, huh?
Why would you get Florian Wirtz?
But you don't have a striker yet. You don't
If
have a
I were
striker.
Florian Wirtz, I wouldn't go to Liverpool.
You don't have a striker, Aziz.
No, he came to Liverpool. Not
You
even
don't have a
he didn't come alone. He
Aziz,
came
you
with
don't have a
Maguire.
striker. You don't have a striker.
No, I know that.
They have Nunez.
We're going.
Yeah, that one
Nunez
sucks.
more goals than Hoyland. More
Oh,
goals.
Nunez.
Yeah, Nunez more goals than Hoyland.
Yeah,
What,
a half.
Six, five
Half a
goals.
goal.
5-6.
Half a goal more. Half a
No
goal more.
problem. Be even one goal. No problem. Even
Thank you so much for tuning in,
But-
Josh.
By the time
Aziz,
you prefer a striker who is better than Hoyland, bro.
officially
You don't have a
signing.
striker.
Please do subscribe. Please do subscribe. Turn on the notifications. Glory, glory, Man
You have a
United.
rugby player.
Liverpool,
who is
walk
striker.
alone. We are signing out. Cheers.
Liverpool will always walk alone. You can't play Florian Wirtz. Where is he going to
we
play
never
in
walk
that
alone,